Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
My name is Richard Lee Armstrong. I was born in 1943 on the Leech Lake Reservation. I'm a enrolled member of the Minnesota Chippewa tribe. I graduated from high school in Big Fork in 1961, received my BA out of Bemidji State University in '79, major in political science and minor in psychology, concentration, mass communication, and I went out to did my internship in Washington, D.C. for a lobbyist who worked for the Native Americans. I'm a singer and songwriter, and music's my life. You know, I'm proud to be a Native American. When I was a young boy, I used to listen to there was a powwow about 4 or 5 miles away from my home, and you could hear the sound of the drum coming through the woods, the aspens, and it was very awesome and spiritual, caused my heart to soar. And also then I used to listen to the country music station, Grand Ole Opry, out of Nashville, Tennessee. The great ones, you know, George Morgan and Lefty Purcell and Hank Williams, and of course the great queen of country music, Kitty Wells. I got introduced to rock and roll at a record hop. Elvis Presley was singing "Rip It Up," so I ripped it up all my life after that. In high school, I used to go across this county line and play some music there, but I skipped a little bit here. When I was 12 years old, I went to work in the woods, you know, and made enough money for my first guitar. And by the time I was 13, I hitchhiked out to the West Coast, and I was picking on a bar, Johnny's Bar, is a honky-tonk on the waterfront in Seattle, Washington. So music has been with me, you know, basically all the time. In college, I had a little band, a weekend warrior type band. Played in all honky-tonks. Made a couple trips to Nashville. Didn't accomplish very much down there because I was drinking and partying too much. But I did have opportunity to meet Tootsie from the famous Tootsie Orchid Lounge where all the great stars hang out. It's on Broadway, right around the corner from the Grand Ole Opry. But in 1983, I think I cut my first record. It was Thinking of You. Hard to think of that. The next record that we put on was Excuse Me Pretty Lady. And that one was quite successful, and we got a lot of airplay, got a lot of write-ups and a lot of gigs off of that. Anyway, the life I lived in the fast lane finally caught up with me in 1995. I was at the Shooting Star Casino, Monona, Minnesota, and I was cashing out my blackjack chips, and it seemed like somebody unplugged me. I got dizzy. And I knew there was something drastically wrong. I had a chance to say the Lord's Prayer. Sat down on a little bench, and the next thing I knew, I was going up towards this light, and I heard this beautiful music. And I heard somebody say in a gruff voice, "Richard, Richard." I heard her say, "We lost him 2 times." I sat up, and he said, "Oh, no." Anyway, I talked to a nurse later on who worked on me. She said that actually you coded out and died 9 times that night. And we patched you up the best we could because we thought you wasn't going to make it. And we all rode in the ambulance to Fargo. I said, "Why didn't you air flight?" They said, "There was too many of us working on you. We used every rhythm we learned in nursing school to keep you alive." I was in there for 18 days in a coma. Half an hour before they were going to pull a plug on me, I woke up. When something like that happens, you start to think, what did a great spirit, you know, save me for? So I got talking to my elders, and they says, "Well, no matter what you do, remember that you are an ambassador of your people. That's the way what you do is what people will see of us." And they got thinking, I was thinking about the Bible, what I read, and he says, what in the heart comes out of the mouth. And we're known by our words, our deeds, and our actions. That's when I decided I'd better change the format of my music. And I changed, like I used American drum, you know, behind all my music. It's my style. And I changed the content. No longer negative, but all positive music to help other people so they don't go through the pain and misery I put myself through. And to clinch it, I remember this elder speaking one time, and he told me, he says, you know, all things follow the circle. The sun, the moon, the earth, the planets, the 4 seasons, night and day, plants, animals, man and woman, their kids and their kids, life and death. Even furthermore, what you think, say, and do follows that circle and comes back to you, multiplied many times over. So I said, well, I better start doing something right, you know, put some positive stuff out. And that's where I come up, you know, with a song, Thunder of the Circle. I'll play a little bit for you right now, if I can get this on. Heard the thunder of the eagle, newborn baby cry, sound lights of heaven, said hello and goodbye, let it roll. Thunder roll. Thunder of the circle, hey, let that thunder roll. Let the thunder roll, let the four winds blow. Love from the heart, body, mind, and soul. Love from the heart, let the river run free, and the thunder will roll like you and me. Hear the thunder of the drum, one you're dancing to, comes around, goes around, rolls on back to you, let it roll. Thunder roll. Thunder of the circle, hey, let that thunder roll. Let the thunder roll, let the four winds blow. Love from the heart, body, mind, and soul. Love from the heart, let the river run free, and the thunder will roll like you and me. And the thunder will roll like you and me. Thunder of the circle, thank you. You know, that is the thunder of the circle. What comes around goes around. And if there's a great spirit gave us many talents, many gifts. But he gave us a very special gift, and that's the gift of choice. We can choose whatever we like, basically. So this, I chose to do this type of music, and whatever you're in, you can choose, you know. And if you do, this all comes back around to you, good or bad. So what you're doing is, in essence, you're a captain of your own ship, master of your own faith. You can shape your own destiny. You got the power of the universe on your side.
If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.